So, good morning again. Welcome to the Norbrick Castle Hotel here in sunny Cleveland near Blackpool. This morning it's the plate event. 2 o'clock this afternoon. I think it's 2 o'clock. We will have the main event, the main team event. In this group we've got Crown Jewels. I'm not too sure where they're all from. I will try and find out for you anyway. Against Riley's Colombians. On the other table in this group, they've already just started. Wait a minute. Press the right button, wait. They're already over there on the other table. That is 1 second. Hull Fillers and Black Bull Breakers. So we'll see them on stream as well at some point this morning. And also I will be joined by Reggie Gill. He's just finishing his breakfast off. He'll be in the arena in a few minutes' time. So sit back, enjoy, hopefully. And the breaking news from last night is, well, we've got Ian Alley in the final waiting for, let me just, I'll tell you his opponent if you just bear with me. Should show me online, and then singles. Oh, it's not been updated. I know there was an issue with it last night. But in the other semi-final, waiting to come through, waiting to play, is the man himself, Mr. Tommy Donlan. So we'll see him a little bit later on in his semi-final once more. So it's nice to see one or two of you tuned in this early on a Saturday morning. No worries, Dave. It's been a long 2 days, trust me. There was a problem with the scoreboard yesterday. My arena laptop wasn't talking to the computer for some reason or other. There has been a few internet issues, so whether it's something to do with that and whether it's settled itself down overnight, because I come in early this morning to have a look at it and sort out whatever problems there was, and it just started up straight away, as it does, you know. So all's good. We'll get there in the end. So, all right, okay. So, as I said, I'm just about to be joined now by Reggie himself. He's had his breakfast and gone up and put his Saturday shirt on, the Daredevil shirt.
Thought I'd give morning everybody. Thought I'd give everybody a nice reminder of, maybe not here and participating in person as a team, but certainly not forgotten. And
certainly not forgotten, Reggie.
So therefore, it was nice to put the top on again at the most relevant place.
Sorry about that. I didn't realise I had the sound on my phone.
Same here, guilty as charged.
Matty, I couldn't tell you who's in the group without looking. I will have a look in a minute, but I picked a certain team out, and whoever's in their group obviously get lucky as well. Hang on a second, I'll have a quick look for you. Been as I've got it open. Saturday team trophy. If I can remember the team name, actually, I might not even be able to remember that. There we are, stuffed. I think they're in with Normans, maybe. I think it's the Normans team that are on the team I picked out, which is it's a strong side. Probably one of the favourites to win it. Matt Brearley, Paul Tickle, Aaron Davis, and Cian Moynihan. They've definitely come to do some damage, and I think they will.
Delboy's in there as well, isn't he? Delboy Redmond.
And yeah, how can you forget Delboy Redmond?
There you go. Some side that.
Some side. So there's a reserve.
Played them 3 years ago here. 2 years ago.
Oh no, there's no reserve in that team, is there?
No.
Right, okay. Yeah.
In the second day group stages, second day group of 4 stage, it was either going to be them or us to come from that group. But it was a slightly different looking side at the time. I think Delboy, Cian. But there was no Paul Tickle on that occasion. And,
well, I'm thinking
Aaron
that's
Davis.
the team. Matt Cox seems to think his team's on the Totty Con artists, and they're in the following team. So I don't know. I don't want to say yes, and I don't want to say no. I'm sure it's the Normans team that I did pick out last night. So unless I change my mind at the last minute, I'll go to the top table later. There's no massive rush, and just refresh my memory. But we do have late nights and early mornings down here at the Norbert Castle.
Tell me about it. It took a big effort, you know. It really took a big effort to say, do I want 1 more hour in bed and give breakfast a miss?
That's what it's like when you're working.
It really, trust me,
It's not like when you're playing. Obviously, if you stay, it's your choice, and what have you. You know what I mean? Whereas when you're working, you've got no choice really. You're here for well, certainly not some of us, not all of us, because some of them work in shifts work. But somebody like me, I'm here from 7 in the morning, 7:30 in the morning till 2-3 o'clock some nights. So like last night, I managed to get I think something like 2.5 hours kip. So it's all good fun, Reggie. It's all good fun.
It is, keeps you on your toes, and I got a little bit more than that, but I know you had obviously an outside interest going on late night and that sort of thing. But I got about 4.5 hours, not too bad. But that was because I went next door and I was waiting for some late night food, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Not a lot, just a little bit of food on delivery because they were having some food delivered.
Well,
so
that's another choice you have to make. Do you want something to eat after you finish work? Sometimes you do, you know what I mean? Because it is a long time since you tea at 7:30,
yeah.
you know, or do you go to bed and think, no, bugger it, I need to be up early? And I chose to go to bed, but I didn't actually get to sleep straight away anyway. But yeah, you know. So, but it's all, like I say, it's all good fun. It's all good fun. It's what we're here for.
It's what you sign up for.
Exactly.
He makes a good window, this guy. But if he's got another angle here, I think he's played it really well, dead weight, and dropped onto the back of the black. So excellent shot, excellent pace of shot, should I say, to execute the shot that well.
Yeah, I was a little bit slow on the uptake there. That is a good shot. And he's got the gap. And he's got the middle pocket as well, I think.
She's found the Watford gap.
Ooh. Anyway, it wouldn't have made no difference. He's missed the red. So chance now.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That's it, and just roll the red away and pop the black. For one incredible minute there, I thought he was going to try and squeeze the white between the black and the cushion and pot it into the green corner pocket. I'm thinking, mate, that's it. Just move the nice and simple ABC. Here we go, and that should do. So a good shot executed there to extract the foul, and win the frame when it looked to be all at sea there. Riley's Colombians. I was hoping we can get the Normans on the stream table today, but sadly it doesn't look like we've been given that group, or have we?
I don't know yet. Like I said, I'm going to go and double check.
I'd like to get them on the stream today if that's possible. I think
that's what I thought I'd done. So we'll see. They might have just give us the wrong sheet, or I don't know. There was a little bit of confusion, let's put it that way, yesterday, and the wrong ones was in the singles was put on at 8 o'clock, and I had to quickly rearrange that.
Cheers,
so
Gary.
We'll see. But it is what it is.
Cheers, Dave Bilbo Hardy as well.
Dave usually, not so much over the last year or so. He has been busy keeping his grandson occupied as well. But Dave's usually the one that's behind the mics with me. Certainly up here at the Norbert Castle anyway.
So, I mean, I'm quite privileged then, really, if that being the case. So.
Well, Dave usually goes out and gets all team names and all that, Reggie. So you're slacking a little bit as far as Dave goes. You know what I mean? But we'll get you there.
I wasn't aware that I'm supposed to be gone.
Well, I didn't tell you, so I suppose that's my fault. But no, you're not supposed to. It's all about.
I mean, it's one of those personal things. You can go and do it if you really want to do it, but at the end of the day, usually the teams will normally tend to fill the sheet out, and it's easier to let them do it. Actually.
Well, I've not got it back yet actually, but I was going to show you. I asked them to print the first and surnames nice and clearly so I can read them, spell them correctly and what have you. I'll go and get it now, but I got C something the first one, and then you know what I mean. It's like, no, that's not a first name. What am I supposed to call him? C who? You know what I mean? So it is hard work sometimes, but you just have to grin and bear it. And
good morning again to everybody who's just tuned in. It's going to be a long day, another long day here. The Saturday it usually is, and by the end of today, we'll have a much clearer picture of who's come through the trials and tribulations of the 2 days of group stages. Group of 4 stages, and who's emerged to be left standing for Sunday morning. Last date, I think it's last date Sunday morning. Usually is, so be interesting to see by the end of today. And the singles as well today will be. Well, I think it's Sunday morning. The final we played on Sunday, I think there's one semi to be played, and I think it's Ian Ali that's progressed to the semis or to the final already, and I think Tommy Donlan playing in the other one I think today, possibly at some point. I have to double check that information, but as far as I'm aware, that's
what was that, Reggie?
Well, I was just saying, I believe the singles obviously were down to one finalist in Ian Ali, and I think Tommy Donlan's playing possibly at some point today in the other semi-final for a place in the final to line up against Ian, as far as I'm aware from what you were telling me earlier on. So.
Yeah, I'm not too sure who's Tommy's playing now. It's not updated on the website yet. They'll probably get around to doing that this morning because it was late on. It was one of the last matches to be finished last night. So Tommy's playing a semi-final. And then obviously we've got Ian Ali already waiting. I think Ian got to, was it the semi-finals last year? I'm not too sure. He has been to later stages of one of the comps here anyway for certain. I lose track. Ideally it'd be nice to have a nice big list in front of me of previous ones, but for some reason I should possibly do it myself, but yeah, I'm certainly in.
I'm trying to think.
He's certainly
wasn't here last year, so last year's information.
It's recent. Ian's been. I think he got to mixed doubles final at one of the events. Certainly, with his. I think it's his wife. Is it his wife? I think it's his wife. I think I'm not too sure. I think she might be Russian, but I think he's done it also in the singles as well. He's got very close. So up.
Do you know who last year? Trying to think, 16, 17, and then obviously 18, and now this is 19. So I'm trying to just remember if I can who won the individuals last year. I wasn't here last year in any capacity, so I didn't really watch any of it. I remember, I think the team trophy, if I remember correctly, last year, I think could have been, it was the Renishaw Welfare, the miners from Worksop Way. They won the team event. Trying to sort of get my head around who got it done in the singles. I think I remember now. I think it was Phil Hoskins last year that won the individual.
I'm happy with that if you want. If you tell me what time you want one, Rob. Because otherwise you know what's going to happen. One of the finalists is going to be the mixed doubles. Exactly. So it's probably better off that way. So table need to know. They need to see who your three left are. They know Tommy. They know Ian. I can't remember the other. Find out if they're in this morning session. If they are, they need to be calling them over and telling them now before they bugger off. Otherwise, you're not going to get on with it. I'll sort it out now. And then if not, in this afternoon session, they need to be pulling them and telling them that. So 5 o'clock will do me. Yeah. I'll sort it out. All right, Rob.
Oh yeah. Hi Rob. Morning. I was just saying, Wayne, if I remembered who the individual champion was now last year. I wasn't here, but obviously I remember it was Phil Hoskins that won.
That's right. Did he beat Cluffy in the final?
Yeah, could have done that.
I think he beat Cluffy in
the
the
final.
final.
The one I can't remember is the year before, was 18. Sorry, 18, 17. Can't remember who the individual champion was in 17.
Was that not Richard Swaffield? Did he not beat Cluffy in the final then as well? I think Cluffy lost it. I can't remember, Reggie. You know, and they don't save it the last couple of years. It's so difficult, you know, to.
I remember who the previous 4 were prior to that.
It's not that there's 3 competitions here, so you lose track. It's so easy to lose track.
Yeah.
If there was just the one, it'd be easy to remember. But I think Richard Swaffield, I'm not too sure, that could well have been the Golden 8 Ball, though. I don't know.
Yeah, could have been that.
Beat Cluffy in one of the finals. So, anyway, up for. We've just had Cheryl McIntyre.
Just having a look at this. Good luck today, Martin. I think he's playing a match.
Anyway, so what I was saying is, we're first frame up. We had Cheryl McIntyre. She played Paul Smith. This frame we've got Dan Dunn. He's playing Mark Smith. I will get the names on the scoreboard in a minute or two. I've just got to enter them all into the database. I've got a new database, so I'm having to manually enter them in, and then I can put them on the scoreboard. Once they're in, that's it. But the format that I was sent, all the registrations, didn't work.
Lovely shot. Nice kiss, obviously developed. Well, it didn't need to develop the black, but the kiss has made the black a virtual certainty. And that's frame.
So Mark Smith takes his team tally to 2. He's going to try and use his finger now. There's a mouse right at the side of the laptop, and Seems to always managed to do it. Yep.
How about that? I'll use the mouse. Use the mouse. Must have already been in that right spot.
Who's playing? Which team's playing on table 2? The other stream table.
On the other table, it's I'll tell you in a second, Reggie. Got the list here. We've got Hole Fillers, and they're playing Black Ball Breakers.
Yeah, some.
Black Ball Breakers are from Chorley, Atherton Way, somewhere around that way.
Local then, aren't they?
Not too far away. Lee Bridge used to play in my teams many moons ago from Chorley. Peter Leonard. I don't know all the team, but I certainly know them too.
It's near, Chorley's close to Preston, isn't it, that way?
Chorley, yeah, not far away. Yeah.
It's amazing that the names that you see at these competitions at times, some of the most strange names that people choose to call their teams, and they call
well, they're a little bit strict with Bapto. They don't like these.
Some of these very
double
crude names.
They don't like it. They do get told to change the teams. You won't be. You'd be surprised. They do get changed. There was a couple that I didn't think was really that bad, because I don't like putting it on there as well. Obviously, because you know my strict rules on language and what have you. But the Bapto committee, as soon as you see them, if they don't think it's right, they'll tell you to change them. So, but they're not too bothered at the Golden 8 Ball, Reggie. You can call them what you want, like, you know what I mean?
I'm going to
Bit more
say,
fun.
when we came to Bapto the last time, 17 that year, I mean, I remember 16 and 17, I couldn't change, I had to, the team had to go in as the Chestnut Tree stroke, obviously, because that was the pub that we play from.
Yeah.
We weren't allowed to call ourselves just Tessie Daredevils, which is what we're normally always known as. So of course we had to actually sort of just call it Chestnut Tree stroke in brackets Tessie Daredevils.
Yeah.
So people knew, because it was just.
I think they'd have known anyway with the shirts, wouldn't they, Reggie?
People in the arena would always know as we're walking around, but of course, ultimately, like from the scoreboard, or should I say top table, where we're on the internet, it was like you want people to still be aware we've not changed the name. It's just rules that Bapto adhere to and say that you need to.
Yeah, they're a little bit stricter.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, some of the names at Golden 8 Ball are kind of
comical. Some of them.
Yeah,
some of them are just downright rude. You know what I mean? But,
well, the as I say, I think some people get a kick out of that. A bit of fun.
So, good morning to everybody that's on the old chat. Nice to see Mark McClellan's up nice and early. Well, he's had to be. I think they're in the plate again. He's good at getting in.
Is this the plate? Is it?
This is the plate event, yeah. They've actually realised now over the last, I think, year or so, that when you've played the qualifying matches, the plate event should be first up. You should get a bit of a reward, if you will, for actually trying to get into the main event and not trying to go through the easy route. So the main event get a line.
Yeah, it's the result for some of the leading protagonists in the main event. Trust me on that one. It would have meant a nice 3-4 o'clock, sleep in the morning, possibly 5.
I mean, as well, you can look at it both ways, because the main event, obviously they're coming to try and win it, without a doubt. So are some of the plate entrants as well, but the main event are coming to try and win it, so they're not going to get as rendered, if you will, the night before. They're due on it. So, I suppose, do you put them on? Whereas the plate event, they're not so bothered. Come for a laugh, bit of pool, plenty of drink. So, but they have to suffer with a bit of an hangover first thing in the morning. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
It is what it is, but
I think
it's the right way, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I think it is a reward being able to have a bit more of a lie and catch up on some sleep. So I think it's right to let you've earned that right, for want of a better way to put it. You've earned the right to have that. You've qualified as of right, so Yeah, I think it's right. I agree with that. Just a simple job here, just rolling these in and keeping hold of his white. Obviously, he's got the one red at the other end of the table, but it's not actually on a cushion, so anywhere sort of past the bulk line, either side of it, shouldn't be too much of an issue just to drop it in. So just about negotiating a couple of positional shots here. No cannons or disturbances required. That looks to have gone a little bit astray. Landed in about the worst place that he could have landed, on top of the red. Disappointed there that he hasn't made the most of this chance and sort of dug himself a bit of a hole here. 28 degrees, Steve Wood here, lovely jubbly. That's not bad, you know. Okay, it's a very, very thin clip. It's deceptive on the stream. That looks not that difficult, but trust me, yeah, he didn't fancy it at all. Well, he didn't. The right shot obviously was just knock the black out and actually ask the question, which is what he's done. Again, be interesting to see how well he plays. He needs to try and get a good white tight to the cushion to make the black difficult.
Just give it a chance. He's hit it too straight though.
Yeah, he's left the white off the cushion, which makes it easier to get to cue at.
And even if he rattles this wedge, it is a toughie because it's a long one. But even if he rattles it, as long as it's at the right pace, that
the
white ball,
going to run in behind the black spot somewhere on the
yeah,
back cushion.
he's going to leave a difficult spot for his opponent now. He's nailed it.
He's nailed it, no problem at all. I'll be happy with that result. Looks for all the, well, pretty straightforward stuff for the Reds, and then one positional shot goes awry and all of a sudden you back in, and he's made no mistake, the lad there for Crown Jewels, just dollied that black in, and 2-1 it is.
So we've got William Fenwick for Crown Jewels playing Steve Riley. I don't know which way around they are. I think he got his name on his shirt.
Yeah, this guy's Riley's Colombians table, Steve Riley.
Yeah, he's got it on his back. Good morning. I nearly mentioned you before. I saw you that you'd logged on, Steve, and it's he's saying it's only 28 degrees in Cyprus. It's a bit cooler today.
I'm feeling sorry for him.
I am, yeah.
It's just
It's a shame we don't have seagulls. It's a shame we don't have seagulls over there like they do.
Have 4 degrees.
Yeah, it's a shame they don't have seagulls like they do over here.
Never mind. Commiserations, Steve. Sorry it's not been quite the heat that you were hoping for, but never mind. Spare a thought for us. We're up to about, I think, 5 degrees.
5, yeah. I think it's got a bit warmer this morning.
Yeah, just we're down to t-shirts here in the arena. Bit of a snatch at that one there. Maybe it's the hungover effect first thing in the morning, Wayne, sometimes.
Possibly.
See a lot of it though. I've seen it myself many a time. When I say I'm on about where the winners would play on the morning session, and you'd see some strange misses, and you'd think, wow,
Yeah.
and it's 100% it's the hungover
Yeah,
effect.
yeah,
Not quite woke up
it's not, it wasn't that long ago that it was the winners that was always on here
in the
at
morning.
the
Yeah,
Norbreck in the morning session, and yeah, like you say, you'd see some misses, and you'd think, no, surely that's not who who it is. Like, good player playing missing dollies like that, but it's the morning after, the night before.
as the saying goes.
A little bit slow on putting the music up this morning, which is a good thing for
That
us.
is a good thing. Keep that music off for a while, please.
Yeah, we need to wake up first.
I'd say about 11ish should be okay, wouldn't it? About 11.
Maybe half past.
All right, we'll just round it off at 12 then. Yeah, midday.
Right,
Midday's okay.
Yeah.
By then, most of us would have woke up properly.
These are the ones that really create the atmosphere, I think, as well. The ones that end up in the plate event, the ones that aren't too serious about the competition. I'm not saying the others don't, but none more so than the team of girls. I've seen them this morning. They're about somewhere. Danielle McClellan, B. Porter, Kirsty Fitzsimmons, and Marie Cosgrove. I don't know who the other one is, I can't remember now. But they certainly like a drink. I think he was in town last night. Well, B and Danielle was for certain. Somebody posted a video. Mark McClellan on karaoke somewhere in town. Sounded absolutely awful, by the way.
What, did the whole place just empty when she went on karaoke?
I don't know where they was, and it didn't seem that busy anyway, so maybe they did, I don't know. But, well, I forget who it was that was on. I think it was Martin B. Porter that was on the karaoke doing a duet. Rancid comes to mind.
What were they singing? Do you know by any chance? Sorry, what were they trying to sing?
Sweet Caroline.
Oh no, the one, the only, the Neil Diamond classic.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, well, it didn't sound anything like Sweet Caroline though.
It sounded more like Sweet Nothings.
Sounded like a bunch of cats or something. It was
dear.
awful. So if you've not seen it, I think it has been posted on the
I'll have a look at that in a bit.
Bapto Facebook page. Fair play to them though, they're not shy at coming forward. Mark loves a bit of karaoke. He can't sing it, but he likes it. So
well, give it a go, won't he? That's the thing. He's going to give it a go.
You can't blame somebody for giving something a go. He's got no shame. I certainly won't be able to show my face in public for about a month if I sound like him. Serious.
Referee, stop it. Mel, actually, I better not say referee, stop it, because that means Mel's got to get off his chair off the stage and stop it.
Reggie, behave yourself. Well, no
joking.
Controversy today.
Only joking, Mel. Only joking. Top man, Mel Holly.
So I've not put the other big screen on. I better go and do it, otherwise if Rob spots I've not done it, he'll be wondering why.
Yeah, he'll be on your case. Oh dear. Anyway, back to the action. Bit of a miscue there from Steve Riley when he was well in amongst the balls there, and had the ascendancy and just got his tip shaper out, just out of sight on your picture on the left. Just bit of sandpaper, tip shaper, that type of thing. It's a bit of a miscue gone off there. Put a bit of dust on it, get ready, and it's just walked back into your picture there. Just waiting to see what happens. Strange choice. The shot didn't move the black, and the black's clearly, obviously, not in a favourable position where it is. So decided just to play the red down the rail and maybe try and make some sort of plant or put them close to the pocket. But with regard to trying to win the frame and clear up, surely bringing the black into play was the right shot. Exactly, Darryl Kennedy. Exactly. What's going on here? Quote of the morning so far. I have to ask myself, what is going on here? Strange choice, shot selection, but you know, each to their own. Wayne's back with us. Well, he's not in bad shape here. I mean, interesting again to see.
Just got to drop this in dead weight.
What?
Well, it's. I don't know if he drops it dead weight, Reggie. He's still got a slight angle on the bottom one of the two to the right hand corner pocket.
Well, I think what he was trying to do, or what he was looking at, was thinking pot that.
But you don't need to.
He didn't need to exactly. That's why I said it would be interesting to see what he does here, which way he goes. He's obviously played back for the red that's closest to white. Before Steve played that shot, and
just didn't need to.
Like Wayne says, he didn't need to, and he's had a snatch at it and thrown one in.
And we're going to get this. So before anybody starts,
well, that's a good shot.
Commenting like Kevin George yesterday.
He didn't need to actually play it that way, but he's played that. It's drilled that in with a nice bit of left-hand side and come off the top cushion through the gap. Certainly could have played it more than one way. Could have just dropped it in and played for the yellow into the middle and stayed the other side the black. And then he goes and does that. I mean, that's just strange. I know this particular player, Steve Wright. I've seen him play a few times down the years, and a couple of uncharacteristic misses or mistakes by him today.
Time of the day, Reggie. That's what it is.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. It's unlike him. Normally, quite a decent stick.
Well, I'm presuming we'll have a quick look at the overhead, but I'm presuming the top one goes.
Yeah, let's have a look on the overhead.
Excuse me, I do apologise. That's because I don't know why that's done that. Sorry about that, people. Does it flies in? I need to expand that down.
There, he's got into that a bit more than he would have liked, but it doesn't matter. He's okay. He's away from the cushion, so he can cue the white. And he's just got to negotiate, not snooking himself behind the yellow to the right of the blue spot. And he's done that well. Actually, he's played that well. Just obviously taking enough off it to make sure it doesn't run on and go in behind the yellow, because that would have been sort of something like the natural line if you played it middle plane ball.
So that's 2-all. Just a reminder to everybody that's on the stream, I've just seen a comment there. I do have a short fuse. My finger is itching to come into action. If you do disrespect the players or anybody else on the chat, I will stop you from commenting. There is no need for it, absolutely whatsoever. If you don't like what you see, turn it off, go back to sleep. You don't have to watch it. But please don't be disrespectful. Don't be using any swear words, because I've got a low tolerance level.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you know, let's just.
We're not all world beaters, Reggie.
No, absolutely not. And let's just put it this way.
It is an amateur competition as well.
It is an amateur competition, and you're going to see, you know, there's a lot of teams that come here just to participate in a prestigious event like this and have that moment, you know, that experience 1 year, maybe 2 years, or, you know, or come every year if you like.
So a lot just come for the cheap beer, you know?
Yeah, there is that. £2.50 a pint for Carlsberg. Probably the best lager in the world.
Yeah, probably. Maybe not, I don't know. But, you know, we're all of different standards. We're not all world beaters.
Yes, John, I think that's right. 2 p.m. 1 sec, Wayne. Sorry for interrupting you. Toti Con artists are there in the winner section, aren't they? The Toti Con artists. They're in the main section. Qualifiers.
I believe so. I don't really know. You can go to, if you want to have a look for anybody that's in the draw. Singles, doubles, mixed doubles, whatever you want to look at, ladies competition. Go to livepoolscores.com and follow the Bapto link, and you'll get everything you need to know on there. It'll even tell you what time Toticon artists are on today. And if they're not on this morning, they will definitely be on this afternoon session. And it's not 2 o'clock, I think it's 1:30 by the looks of it. It's not the same time as what yesterday's event is. It's because it's shorter races, because it is a race to 6 and not best of 10 frames, or best of, well, it's just best of 10 in the first group stages, because you can have a draw. So this is a race to 6. Once we get to 6, the match is over.
Yeah, they won't be playing out all of the frames as we did on day 1.
So I don't get that, because you would have thought it would have been a... Well, no, I do get it. It's an earlier start, because obviously this morning session is going to finish a bit quicker. That's why. So we've got Ed Warburton up for Raleigh Colombians.
Yeah, look, he's probably had his sandwiches then this morning, hasn't he?
Yeah, and John Fenwick is up for Crown Jewels. No worries, Darryl. I get it's easy to say something sometimes, but I mean, all people have to, realise is that, if you're at the table and you miss an easy part, or for whatever reason it might be, you might have got a bit of a kick, I don't know, whatever reason it might be, do you really want somebody else ripping you to pieces because you've just missed a pot? We all do it, there is no need for it whatsoever. And it's not just the fact that, okay, it might be a little bit of banter. It then starts everybody else doing the same thing, and then before you know it, you've got absolutely chaos. And I will say this because it's true. I do have over 29,000 followers on my page. Quite a few of the other streamers have had the pages blocked for whatever reason. I can't see it being any other reason but the profanities or whatever it might be, because these pages are open to under 18s, over 13s should I say. So, maybe that's why Facebook and, these groups are restricted and policed like they are, So I think I'm doing the right thing by making sure that everybody's civil to everybody, and the world's a happier place when everybody's nice to each other, Reggie.
Absolutely, yeah. There's, in simple terms, there's no room in the sport, or ideally in an ideal world, there's no room in sport for, for rude comments or, comments that, should I say, not nice towards the player at the table, and other people are watching and reading those comments as and when, and like you say, banter or not, you don't need...
bit unlucky there.
You don't need, there's no room for...
It's not necessary. It's not necessary. Just to make yourself look good, you know what I mean? And which is what, when it does happen, that's what it's all about, we had a case last night where somebody's put on, what was the term he used? Mickey Mouse, yeah. I need to start entering these Mickey Mouse competitions. Well, if you think the Bapto's Mickey Mouse, I told him that last night anyway, then you do need to be down here, but Bapto's never been a Mickey Mouse competition, that's for sure. And you just don't need it. So, I don't like it.
Just looking at Neil's comments, I agree with that, Neil. I just think when people express amazement, it's just a matter of what words they use to express the amazement. I think, as in, like, maybe choose your words, obviously, before you type.
Yeah.
As I say, maybe, a better way to put things at times when you are amazed is, I'm surprised he missed that shot, or...
But the thing is, Reggie, if you was watching this, if you was watching pool on TV, if you was watching snooker on TV, you can't comment anyway. So people have got a bit of a privilege by being able to interact. All I ask is just keep it nice and simple, and not just nice and simple, but just keep it nice. That's all I ask.
Yeah, Miles Sherman, I agree. Probably better off just to put a shocked face, like one of those, emojis or something, rather than type something in words. Maybe just a shocked face, like, or a wow. If you see a shot miss that, come across a bit of a surprise, like wow.
Ben Davies has come in. I don't know if that is the Ben Davies. I think it might be. He does tune in now and again. But if it is, that is an absolutely classic of what I'm talking about, because I'm not going to say it, and I'm not going to touch on it too much. But let's just put it this way: Ben was playing Craig Marsh a few years ago when I was streaming. I think it was the IPA up at Thornaby or something like that, and there was comments being made then. And I just, it's just bad taste. It really is. I don't know. So I just get rid. And that's the way it should be. Just be nice people. That's all I ask. So if Kevin's tuned in this morning, unfortunately, Kevin, it's going to be a long time before you can comment again. And when you do pick another money match opponent, pick somebody that's got a little bit of ability, and then maybe we might take you serious anyway. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Well, the music started a little bit earlier than what we was hoping for, Reggie.
Oh, Jesus.
9:36 in the morning, and it's blaring out here at the Norbreck Castle. So back to this pool game, and this is this? Let's have a look.
Well said, Ben Davis. Yeah, there's a lot of keyboard warriors. It's not the Ben Davis. That's what you.
Is it not?
No, it's not. But,
right. It's no profile pictures. I couldn't see.
But this. Oh God, how loud is this music?
It's hard work, Reggie. Now you know what I have to put up with every time. It's
wow.
5 minutes ago we was talking nice and quietly, and you know what I mean. And all of a sudden now, somebody's woke up on top table. But we can't complain.
No.
It's what brings the atmosphere to the Golden 8 Ball and Bapto here at the Norbreck Castle. So it's part and parcel of it all. You will see now and again when the music is so loud, because apart from anything else, we have to turn the headphones up so we can hear each other. And your ears start ringing after a few minutes,
Yeah.
You really start hurting, you know what I mean? So we'll turn the microphones off every now and again. Apart from anything else, it stops the copyright infringement. He's trying to play the skill shot there, open the pocket up, but just didn't quite catch it right. He could have pinched a bit more there and played it a bit thinner, Reggie.
Yeah, just a fraction too thick on the chop.
I need a track down there to put all my wires in so we don't get them under our feet. That's what I need.
That's an idea. That's the next one on the shopping list.
Yeah,
mate.
that's what I need. I'll get a tray built so we can just feed it all in and then close it off.
Yeah, and just let your feet. When you're putting your feet forward, you're not.
Yeah, I get it all the time, but it is uncomfortable here because we haven't got a lot of space. But
no, I know. Now I know, Wayne, what you have to put up with.
Just tell it when you go live tonight. Tell everybody. I tell you what, I can't believe how that.
We are about from the table. We're about 8-9 foot from the table. The mainstream table you're watching, and pretty much similar distance from the one just next to it. So there's two tables here. We've got two stream tables. We tend to concentrate on the one just in front of us, the other one to the right when it's semi-finals time, that type of thing, quarter-finals, semi-finals.
Well, that's the other table over there. I have got our main camera head on, and we will go to that a little bit probably later, as and when needed.
Ouch, that's gone a bit astray. Foul. And yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it? Cheers, Matt Beamer. That's the thing, Richard Eve. It's, they've chosen here to play, but I just think the music gives like that little something extra, a bit more atmosphere in the room. Admittedly, I'd like it not to be quite as loud as
Well, I mean,
home.
I'm not out there for any length of time, Reggie. Obviously, you have been. So, I mean, do you notice it as much when you're out there playing? I don't think you do, really. I think you're focused on the game. You know, it's not. It doesn't seem as loud as probably what it does with these headphones on as well, because we're closed in. You know, it's like an echo chamber in a way. Do you know what I mean? So, and it is frustrating for me
For
being
me, it's
behind here.
clearly been cranked up a notch or two more than it used to be.
Yeah.
I've played out there in it many times. To me, it's clearly louder.
Yeah.
Clearly, somebody's decided that we're going to pump up the volume. You know, it'll enhance it even more. But I think sometimes you can overstep the mark if you're not careful.
Yeah.
It's all right wanting music that much. I don't disagree with that for 1 minute. But there's a sort of noise level. When you're out there and you're really trying to get your bearings and you're struggling, you've got this music.
And that's something else as well, Reggie, that people don't take into account.
You're struggling out there.
Never mind the drink from the night before, or the early morning start, or the opponents you might be playing. The music sometimes can be a factor. You know, you don't concentrate as much as what you would normally. But that's what these competitions are all about. It's about the fun. It's about the atmosphere. You know, so it's all part and parcel of it. But so you are going to get the odd chicken wing, if you will, chucked in.
The chicken wing.
Well, it's going to happen.
Chicken wing.
It's going to happen.
How many do you think we'll see any in the semis and final this year? What's the betting? If we're betting men, are we going to see a few chicken wings?
Well, you always do. You know, you always do. It's part and parcel of appeal, isn't it? If it was all perfectionists, then you know it'd be a boring game. It's not like that, and that's the beauty of it. And that's. Cheers, back to Chewbacca. Richard Heave has just put a comment on. He said he's at Yarmouth for the EPA Champions Champs next week, and the atmosphere there is nowhere near as good. And I remember back in the day when we used to go to Yarmouth, it was a good pool atmosphere. It was buzzing, you know, a lot of people there talking and what have you, and cheering. And we didn't have a competition like this back then, you know what I mean, with the music and the players' involvement, singing away. And it is something special, you know, when the whole room embraces it and starts getting involved. A few videos have been passed on with players dancing in the arena and around the table, you know what I mean. It's what it's all about, Reggie.
Yeah,
enjoying yourself, having fun, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Too much seriousness in the world.
Yeah, I agree. It's a personal preference, and I say I'm with Wayne. I like a bit of music there, but I just think the right level,
Just a little bit lower,
level is key. It's important. You just don't want to be thumping someone's head in with the music cranked up to crazy decibels. You don't need to have it too loud. It's just nice to have it there, obviously.
There you go. So Dudley's asking over the channel, is it too loud? And then you've got somebody shouting, no, it's not loud enough, turn it up. You know, so you can't win, Reggie. You know what I mean? There's no chance. So there you go. That's what it's all about anyway. Now then. This will be some shot. Well, it was always going to be difficult to avoid the red. He needed to pot the yellow.
Yeah, it's one of those. You've just got 100% commit to potting the yellow. Whatever happens, you know you're going to go close, and I'm putting 99.
It wasn't the easiest of pots anyway, Reggie. You know.
No, exactly. But you've got to commit to it fully and not worry about the fact that you're going to pot the red.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, obviously, but you just really got to commit to the fact that you have to pot the yellow. Whatever happens to the white happens, but you're going to knock the ball in, so don't worry. Just straightforward enough shots. Drop the black in and there we go, that's three. Yeah, Matt Tobacco, there has been some easy shots missed, to be fair. And that's the reason these teams are, chances are, that's the reason these teams are in the plate and not in the main event. Obviously, if they've not managed to qualify from their respective groups and now in the plate competition. Higgins, Alex, the card, the top tables. Well, like I say, I love a bit of music. Having played it many times, I don't mind, but to me, like I said, there's a certain amount of decibels, if you like, that it should be cranked up to and no more. It should be there, you should be able to hear it. I mean, to be honest, if you had enough speakers around the room, you could have it on a lesser volume, so to speak, and just everyone can hear it no matter where they are in the room, so you don't need to be pumping it up maybe quite as loud, because I just think for the most part the majority are happy just to have the music on, but there's maybe a small section of people here that like it even louder. But I think generally for the older players, Q Sport, snooker, that sort of thing, pool, you know, if you're trying to concentrate and you aren't having the best time, you're struggling a little bit out there, and you've got this music blasting away right through towards your ears, and you're nearest to the stage where the big speakers are, then it's not going to be very easy to try and regain your composure and sort of blank it all out, because that's half the problem. Trying to blank it out when you're struggling is so difficult. It's all right the music being loud when you're flying and you're playing well and you're feeling confident, but as I say, when the shoe's on the other foot, it can be the worst hindrance, because you can't regain good focus and good concentration, because the music's just pounding away in your head. Ashley Remington Tim Park venue. Very nice. Very nice of you to say that. I don't know if you've ever actually been here, but as venues goes, in my opinion, it's arguably the best venue for a big tournament like this that I've been to, and I've been to a few in my time. So unless you've actually come here, played here, it's not very. It's a very harsh comment in my opinion. And Tim Park commentator as well. If you think you can do any better, you know, and sit here for 10, 11, 12 hours a day, you know, go for it. I'm sure they've been calling out for your name around the country for you to come down and do a bit of commentary work. So we'll look out for that, you know, in sort of the near future, just to see if there's something that we haven't quite picked up on that you're clearly, obviously, more aware of. So thanks a lot, mate. You know, we'll take it on board. Obviously, you obviously must know what you're talking about. But I think, again, as Wayne said, if you're going to make comments like that, I'm sure when Wayne returns in about 5 minutes with his cup of tea and sees that comment, mate, you'll be. I think you better hurry up and make some more comments if you've got any more to make, because I think, mate, you'll be getting removed from the chat very shortly when Wayne returns. I'm not too fussed, to be honest. I'll humour it and go along, but it isn't my stream, and Wayne doesn't tolerate that sort of thing. He's got a very low tolerance level, and when he sees that comment in the next few minutes, mate, we'll be saying, good day and have a nice time. But I doubt you'll be making any more comments once he's read that comment anyway, that's for sure. These are amateur players, Ashley, these are amateur players from around the country that probably just play in the local pub that wanted to come to one of these tournaments and sample the atmosphere, So, yeah, maybe there are some very basic pool players here that just play in the local pub, seeing the tournament advertised and fancy putting a team in and come and feel what it's like to play at one of these events, the atmosphere, that type of thing. So I think it's a little bit harsh, to say that terrible shots, because everybody's got to start somewhere. We can't all be world beaters. There's reasons, obviously, that we have pros playing. There's reasons we have good players, bad players, excellent players, novice players, beginners. Everybody's got to start somewhere. Some people don't start playing the game until they're into their middle age, that sort of thing. They never picked up a cue before and decide to give pool a go. And, the more the merrier, I say. It's all good. Well, good day to you, Ashley. Have a nice time, whatever it is you're doing today. Blackpool, Norbreck Castle. It's the venue. If you fancy staying tuned later on and watching some more of this when all the qualifying teams come back later, I'm sure you'll see a different standard as the tournament winds down to the business end, where usually the better teams have won through with the better players, that type of thing. So don't be too judgmental at this point. You're watching a plate competition with teams that never qualified, but have every right to be here. They've paid to be here, they've entered the competition, and obviously they're enjoying that. So long may that continue, because competitions can't run without a complete picture. Good teams, bad teams, average teams, good players, bad players, etc., etc. It goes on and on. So let's embrace it, enjoy it for what it is, and as the business end of this tournament approaches by tonight and tomorrow morning, etc., then I'm sure if you're still tuned, Ashley, you'll get to see maybe some of the pool you were hoping to see. Cheers, Lee. So yeah, I don't. I've got a better. I've got a longer fuse, if you like, and I wouldn't sort of remove people straight away off the chat. And just more try to talk to them and make them see that sometimes, you can be watching something and think, wow, this, wow, that, but you got to look at the whole picture and think, well, tournaments can't run without bodies, people entering from around the country, paying the money. Coming to stay at the hotel, it's all revenue. People need to work, people need to be at the hotel to serve, to get the rooms ready. Everybody needs to be employed, and it's like one big chain of events. If you don't have an event because there's not enough players, then of course you don't need as many staff to work, which means people don't get work. It's like a vicious circle. So these tournaments, it's like, it all goes hand in hand. The tournament running, players come in, money spent at the bar, etc., etc. It goes on and on. Yeah, well, either way, the stream table, we've had this said in the past where you shouldn't. Some people have made comments in the past and saying you should be getting the better sides onto the stream table, not the lesser sides, if you like, or the lesser amateur sides. You should be getting the better amateur sides on the stream. But everybody deserves, an opportunity to go and play on live stream, good or bad as a player, average or brilliant. Everybody deserves a chance. You've paid your money to be here, to be in a comp, and why shouldn't you get that moment where your team gets to play live and feel what it's like to know all eyes are on you when you're out there? Everybody has that right. If you've paid money to enter a comp, you have that right. Whether you're the best team here and you win it, or you're a team that didn't win a match, it doesn't matter. You still have that right to say if we get picked out to play on the stream, then that's our good fortune, so to speak. Anyway, it's back to the action. 3 apiece. We won't be playing out all the frames, just to remind everybody that isn't aware of. On day 2, second stage, group stages of 4. It's now just straight races to 6. You don't play out the remainder frames. Just first team to 6 on to the next match in that group, etc., etc. I always just say that it is pretty much Higgins, Alex, or should I say Alex Higgins, whoever you are. Quite ironic, it's year in, year out. It's part and parcel of these events, from the great games to the lesser games, if you like, where there's a lot of balls miss or strange shot selection, that type of thing. But some of these players are learning still. They've not been to these tournaments very often, or it's their first or second time, and they're progressing as players in their own areas, in their own leagues. Those that sort of take it seriously or want to improve, and then there's the others that turn out on a Thursday night in the local league for a few beers with the friends and play in a pool team and enjoy just that once a week sort of thing. So each to their own. Well said, Scott Jones there. That's reiterating the point I was making. Yeah, Nick Webber, good point. It's a lot of people have made comments or PM me and said, when as such, I'm surprised that the certain teams that are here haven't been on stream yet. I'm sure we'll see the Normans on stream at some point. Obviously, you're a strong side from the Manchester area, who tipped obviously as one of the, probably I would say before the tournaments, before the weekend started, I'd say they would have tipped as one of the 8 teams, a big 8 from what's come here. You'd expect them to be somewhere close to the quarters, semis, etc. But you never know. I'm hoping we'll get them on stream at some point and have a look to see how they're playing. Yeah, well said, Lisa Price. It's exactly that. It's a long week. It's a good weekend from sort of Thursday afternoon when a lot of people arrive, Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, right through till the bitter end or the conclusion. Obviously, a lot of teams, to be fair, do tend to go home Sunday morning if they're not, still participating in the event. To be fair, you don't get nowhere near as many people in the auditorium, the arena, if you want to call it, come Sunday, because obviously a lot of teams are out and you're only going to have the people there who are still in. But right through till Saturday night, it's a very, very busy place. Sunday is obviously a bit quieter, and I don't believe the music is. Well, I don't believe the music will be as loud on from the last 8 onwards. Personally, I think because it never is on the Sunday. There'll still be music on, but they won't be playing it quite as loud as they have. But when the place is jammed and packed, and as somebody made a comment about, all loads of people all singing along to Sweet Caroline yesterday, and people. And it does give it a great, it enhances the atmosphere even more. And it just depends on obviously how loud you prefer the music. Some prefer it louder than others. Me, not so loud, but certainly I don't mind it. I think it does enhance the experience. Yeah, another good point there by Higgins, Alex. Absolutely. If you want to watch machines playing, go to Free Sports on a Monday night for the IPA, that sort of thing, and plenty of money games, top money games being played. As most people know, Mark Farnsworth will be playing Mark Boyle soon for big cash. That'll be on the night. You can count it on a pair of hands how many balls been missed in the whole night. So if that's what floats your boat as a spectator, then that's the type of thing that you should be tuning into. But some people, or I'd say some people, a lot of people prefer to see the level below that. Players where there are misses, there are this, and then of course there's the novice standard, which you get a lot of teams here are novice standard. They've given it a go, they want to know what it feels like, and so why not? Morning, Wayne Littlewood, you back then? He's back. Well, if he's landed on that, really, it's hard to see from the camera angle if he can get through, but it looks like he can. That's a good shot, well judged shot. Needs not to run on too far. I think he's okay at that and get past that black to just drop the red in. So nice little finish this. Good control, good close control. He's back. This track's always one that gets people going. The old Proclaimers 500 miles. I mean, the arena, to say that we're only playing the plate side of the competition, still quite busy, and from sort of one end to the other, to be quite honest. And as we get to sort of the midday sort of time and the winner section players start coming into the arena, obviously it'll be pretty much packed like it was yesterday. It's the plate, Wayne. You know, in its own way, I just want to get this make a comment about the plate. Okay, you're not in the main event, but it's like I'd say to anybody, if there's still, a title to be won or prize money to chase, something to take back to have won something while you were here, then again, it's all about that competitive, your own personal competitive nature of how much it means to you to compete and still try to win the second tier comp. Because you've obviously been knocked out, eliminated from the main comp by not qualifying, and it's still important to have the right attitude and try and still, if you've not qualified for the main tier event, but at least try and regain that focus and say, well, okay, there's something to play for still, why not, get your head on and play to win the plate and come away with some silverware to say, well, you've won something and picked up a few quid, and that's always been my way, my attitude of looking at tournaments. If you can't win the first competition, the one that you've played to enter, and there is something to have a go at the plates because you've been eliminated, then it's like a second bite at winning something. Being a winner is better than not winning anything at all, whether it's a plate, or not. It doesn't matter. Winning is winning. It's a good habit. Just a little bit too thick on the chop there, so it's into the cushion, into the knuckle and back onto the cushion, pretty much where it started. Yeah, exactly, Matthew. Well, having won this plate competition myself on 2 different occasions, it still meant a lot to me at the time. Having sort of not been in the main event anymore, but still wanted to go on and win that weekend, even if it was a plate, and still perform and play well throughout the rest of the competition when you're in the plate. So it is a personal thing. Some people have got their eyes or their goals set on only one target, and if they don't achieve to win the main event, the plate's a bit of a come down for some people. They're not really that fussed whether they do well in it, whereas some people would still want to go in and think, well, okay, we've got a second bite at winning something, and be just as pumped up and geared up for wanting to give everything to win that plate and come away with something from the weekend. So each to their own, I guess, but I would say the majority would still want to win the plate. Morning, Simon Fitzsimmons. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well. Just tuning in. This is the plate competition in the morning, in case you're wondering. The main event starts this afternoon, I believe, at 1:30.
Poor boy was camera's not on, Reggie, so...
No worries.
I didn't know, and I get it.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just a quick word of Wayne about something else, but yeah, absolutely, Matthew. Still, it says it all, doesn't it? They're still thrilled to get something. Yeah, why not? I mean, you're there, and you've still got a chance. You're playing for something. There's still a title to be won, whether it's a plate title or an individual or whatever it might be in your teams. That. Yeah, it's always nice to come away and win something, whether it is, on a personal level in the singles or the team event or the plate event. So anyway, moving on from that, back to the frame that we're watching here. The Crown Jewels leading 4-3 against the Rileys, Colombians.
I'm back, Reggie.
Yes, he's back, and for anybody that's wondering when they're coming on to the chat, it is in the middle of the screen there, plate event, Bapto 2000 it is. So if you're wondering obviously which event it is there. I've just looked myself, and so Wayne being very ahead of the game, obviously, clearly.
Only now and again, Reggie, it only happens now and again. You're lucky this morning. That's
right, the plate event, it's there, it's written. It's not always obvious, not everybody always said look, so it's there for anybody who's tuning in or just tuned in. Tells you that this is a plate.
Matt Cox has just asked the question: if the team gets knocked out the main, do they go in the plate? So what happens is on the Friday morning, all the teams start off. They're all in groups of 4, and they play a round robin. So they'll all play 3 matches, and the top 2 teams in each group will go through to the main event. The bottom 2 teams will go into the plate. So what Rob's done, the tournament director, is create something extra on the Saturday morning. So rather than the Saturday morning teams playing to go in, go out or whatever, stay in or go out, he's actually creating another group stage. So the top 2 in each group will then go into groups for the main event. That's how it works. I think it's then the top team out of that group that go through to the last 16.
Yes it is, yeah.
And then the bottom 2 in each group from the Friday, they go into the plate event, and they'll play in a group stage, and they'll play for the top. I think it's the top 2 teams that go through to the last 16 as well. So that's how it works. So none of these teams are going out as yet. Or are they? I don't know. I can't remember now. But I've just twisted myself all over. But that's basically what it is anyway.
No, that's what it was. It was 2017, the last time I was here playing. it was exactly how you described it. First day was Group 4, second day was Group 4, but in the second day, as I say, only so many groups, and you had to win the group to qualify. You couldn't finish second, and
so it's just the winners for the last 16.
Only the winners would go through. On day 2 on the Saturday from your group.
It just gives the ones that the 2 teams or the 3 teams as it is now, an extra, a little bit more pool, a couple more matches before they have to go on.
Keeps bodies in the arena.
Yeah. And before anybody says, oh yeah, that's because they want to earn a lot of money behind the bar, the tournament doesn't get anything from partakings. I can assure you of that. So it's not about that. Rob's method is to give the pool player as much pool as possible, and it seems to work because people, the players here, really do enjoy it without a doubt. So that's the way it works. Oh, what happened there? That was in there.
It's strange, isn't it? Strange shots at times that you don't expect a mistake, and then the mistake comes. But that's part and parcel of the excitement of amateur pool. When you think, oh, these are gone, it should be, he'll get these, and then they don't get them or they lose position. And it does actually add to the excitement a little bit whereas opposed to the pros, Wayne, and that type of standard where they just don't seem to miss for half an hour, maybe sometimes, and 45 minutes they don't miss a ball. Pot everything. Whereas here, you see everything. Twists, turns, pots being missed that you don't expect. But it builds the excitement to a degree as you approach the business end in one of these type of matches if it's close.
Yeah. So just go back to that shot before, Reggie. This is the one into the corner pocket.
Wow.
Oh, he caught the jaw, didn't he?
He's just, he's there. He's played it with the bottom of. He's played it with a bit of left hand side, but what he's probably not judged well enough was as you're playing the ball with a load of left hand side, just for it to flick up the left hand side to get up for the black. He's not allowed.
Yeah, I'm not looking a second or two, but
as he's delivered the cue through, he's not allowed the right angle, allow the swerve to take effect. Because when you put a load of left-hand side on a white, it will bend as it travels. But you've got to give it time to bend outwards and clip the red in.
Yeah, he's put the side on the white ball to check it up, and it's swerved it and just caught it too thick. And I was talking last night. We was watching Tommy Donlan play, and he's played in that same pocket, if you will, what we've just been watching there.
Yeah.
He's played a ball, the cue ball from near the blue spot, and he's played a delicate shot. He's got a red ball on that bottom side rail, about 2 inches up the cushion, and he's got a yellow ball on top of it. But he's got enough of the red ball that he can see, and his last 2 balls are towards the left hand side near the middle pocket. So he's actually got to screw the white back in a way, but he's played it with so much spin from length on the white ball that once the white ball's contacted the red, he's not screwed it, he's just played it with so much bottom right hand spin that when it's contacted, it's actually come back off the cushion, gone back up the table just enough past the yellow ball to leave himself a shot. And that's the difference between a good player and somebody like me, where I'd end up trying to screw that back and making sure. He's just played it so natural and so delicate. It was really, and the difference between that shot and what Tommy did is he's actually swerved the white ball with the side, and Tommy's played it from length, didn't deviate one little bit,
Just for all the YouTube viewers, I can see some of the comments. The tournament's being held at the Norbreck Castle, Blackpool. I don't know who Taylor Richardson is, mate, but if you don't like my voice, just turn the volume off and watch. If you don't, can't please everybody, mate, so my apologies if you don't like what I'm saying, or if you don't like my commentary or my assessment or analysis of shots or situations in frames that we're watching.
Go on, Reggie. So YouTube, Facebook, wherever you want to be, wherever I am streaming to, if you want to be disrespectful to anybody whatsoever, you will get blocked. It's as simple as that. So there's no questions I might not even tell you. I might just do it. You know, sometimes when you are being personal,
if you're in a good mood, you tell them, don't you? If you're in
if you're being personal, I'll tell you, and I'll tell you.
Like Kevin George last night.
I told him because is this Mickey Mouse competition? If you think that Bapto, that's been going the longest competition,
some of the greatest players we've ever seen have attended
without
this
a
tournament.
doubt. Mickey Mouse, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So when you've got somebody like Kevin George coming on your stream and talking rubbish, not knowing what he's talking about, then I don't want to listen to it, and I don't think anybody else wants to listen to it. And so there you go. Anyway, I'm not going to keep banging on about blocking people because it's taken away from everything else.
All the way from Tanzania, is that Tanzania? Good afternoon to you. I don't know what time it is over in Tanzania, but I'm thinking probably afternoon time, early evening.
I would have thought
about 8-9 hours in front of you there.
Something like that. Welcome.
Thanks, Paul Anderson. Anders, thanks very much. It's never easy to please everybody, to try and call things or give your opinion on situations, or whether I'm talking about the music being on and what people's preferences are. Some prefer it louder, some prefer it not so loud, Wayne, that type of thing. We're all individuals. We've all got our own preferences. You can't please everybody.
And we're all human beings as well, and nobody deserves to be attacked in verbally, whatever, in any way whatsoever. It's not necessary. If you really think it's that bad, turn it off. Go and do something else. I'm sure you can find something to do on a nice cold November day.
Adrian Jackson, thanks very much again. Nice words. We do our bit. We try our best. Wayne works tirelessly, as I know, and those that don't know him, trust me on this one. I sat here all day yesterday. I mean, I've worked with Wayne before for stints, but this time I've come as commentator for the whole weekend, and it's been a pleasure thus far. Long days, but at the end of the day, it is what we do. We enjoy what we do at the end of the day, and sometimes it's a thankless task when people make your day that bit difficult with those comments Wayne was referring to. We're not going to keep going on about that, but it's a thankless task at times, but we do our best.
I'll get there eventually, Reggie. I'll block everybody that doesn't like watching. I don't know why they come and watch it if you don't like watching.
Stop it! That list is already. It's took both my arms, and I still can't get to the end of the list. So
good morning, Darren. Nice to see you tuned in.
Darren Dolbear, good friend of mine, Wayne, used to live in Derby Way.
Did it? Right, okay.
Please play county with him, the Dolbear factor, the Dolbear as I call him. Can that man knock him back a few lagers? You bet he can. Trust me, Dolbear.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he's in good company, if he's at the Golden 8 Ball or Bapto, because there's quite a few in here that can knock a few beers back. I know that.
Oh, trust me, yeah, absolutely.
Blimey.
He's down Weymouth way now with Ross Dunham, that way.
Right, okay.
Down.
Right.
So I hope you're well, Darren.
Nice part of the country.
Hope you're enjoying the action and the commentary, etc.
We'll talk a bit about pool every now and again.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yes.
I think as well, without being disrespectful to the players, because we're not going to, but it's. I don't know how to put it really. It's the plate. Let's put it that way. It's the plate event. We're obviously digressing a little bit just to keep you entertained a little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I pointed out, Wayne, I think when you obviously nipped out, so, it's a plate competition. You're going to get novice teams in this. Teams that, Wayne, have been here for the first time to feel what it's like to come to a venue like this. Thursday night pub teams, who just play once a week. Well,
I mean, we say that, and we've got coming up on the stream next. We've got 1 second. I'll tell you, Reggie. That's the wrong way around, I think. Or is it this one? We've got match 2, match 3 there, wrong way around. So we've got Blackpool Breakers against Crown Jewels. They'll be back on, but the Blackpool Breakers, I'm not sure of all the names of the players, but we've certainly, when you're talking the likes of Lee Bridge in your side, Lee's been around the World Rules circuit for many, many years. Very, very good snooker player. I don't know why they're in the plate event. I think, if I remember rightly, which is why I picked them, is they finished joint second in the group yesterday and lost out on frame distance. So they had
So So in a tough group, obviously, and let's look at the draw. They've ended up in a tough group and gone out on the frame difference. There you go.
Yeah. And so they are a very good side. So they'll be coming up on stream next against Crown Jewels. So don't miss that one. After each and every match, I will restart and you'll get a notification when we go live. It's just obviously the time it takes sometimes for teams to fill the sheets in and get the scoreboard sorted. People do tend to just drift away from watching, and then they don't get to know when the match has actually started. So that's why I restart. So you will get a notification, so you won't miss too much.
That's right, and just Scott Jones, thank you very much. Nice words. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons, and I'm not blowing my own trumpet when I say this, but I think that was one of the reasons, obviously, having known Wayne a while now, since we first met, I think, in Stockton-on-Tees, probably about 3-4 years ago, I think it was, at the top hat up there, when I went up to Stockton-on-Tees to play Brian Alcrow. Well, I say I went, Craig Lake, who played Brian Alcrow.
It will have been before then, Reggie, because I've been doing the Golden 8 Ball since 2014. So
yeah, so probably around about that time. And
yeah.
That was one of the reasons, obviously, when I've been in comms before, on the odd occasion when I've been around and Wayne's been doing a stream, I've gone in and obviously asked me this time if I fancied coming, to actually work in comms for the whole tournament, and I was more than happy to accept the offer to come and do that. Obviously, not being able to participate for the time being in the event due to other circumstances, but yeah, and if you like the game and you're knowledgeable and you know your shots to a degree, it is great fun doing something you enjoy doing, or talking about something you enjoy doing. So yeah, so don't, as I say, as I think as people say, if you've got a job that you enjoy doing day in, day out, it's even better, isn't it? That type of thing. So yeah, it can be it can be long days, and you can get games that become bogged down where there's not a great deal of excitement at times, just hard drawn out match play, pool frames. And then, of course, at other times you get the frames where it's crash, bang, wallop, break, they're there, they're gone. So, there's every kind of frame gets played at this tournament, these type of tournaments over a weekend. Because obviously you have the plate events and then the main event, that type of thing, and different standards of teams that are still in. And obviously in the plate event as opposed to the main event. Not sure, Jamie.
Yeah, I think it's Team Normans. I did mean to go and double check with that because somebody said something different, but I'm sure it's Team Normans, which would be Paul Tickle's team, Matt Brealey, Aaron Davis, and Keir Moynihan.
Don't forget Del Boy.
And I've done it again. That's twice this morning I forgot Del. How can I forget Del?
Is he from Blackburn, mate?
I think he's from Rochdale, Manchester. Well, he's around Rochdale, Manchester way, I think so, yeah. In fact, no, maybe he might be a little bit closer, because I know he plays in the East Lancashire Pool League as well, as all the Manchester leagues. So.
Cheers, Wayne. The stream, Wayne. Wayne does a great job here, obviously, to enhance the viewing, to bring you the best pictures that you can possibly watch, the best equipment, lenses, cameras, that type of thing, to make the viewing more pleasurable, more sharp, more just very dynamic viewing. Great pictures, and sometimes we have problems with the Wi-Fi. We did last night. That's something beyond Wayne's control. Obviously, he's not the Wi-Fi installer here, but
no, it seems to be all right this morning, though.
Yeah, we seem to have gone over the worst. Hopefully, touch wood. People still getting very excited, like calling out, and you'll be hearing plenty of more of that as the day wears on. Trust me on that one. We get into the sort of business end of the tournament by Saturday afternoon, and the cheers and the groans. The cheers will get louder, obviously, as people realise they're approaching the point of qualifying for Sunday morning. That's what it's all about today. Will we still be here in the morning, right at the death at the business end? to back up. The Donkey team got some quality players in there. Apart from Callum Boardman. Well, there you go. Just wanted to try and go knuckle onto the back of the yellow, I think, and get control of the pocket. Hasn't managed that, and sort of in a spot of bother now with that red going in. He's going to bounce the red out, I think. And then obviously I think he's just stepped back from that shot, thinking, well, if he does bounce this out, it's giving his opponent a chance maybe to run the rack, unless the reds come back across far enough to stop him from cutting the yellow in into the yellow corner pockets. So he may end up having to play the one on the side rail and play that up the rail towards the other yellow. Just depends if he can get through. A bit hard to see from me. I don't think he can get through. Just asking if the ball is frozen on the cushion. Wow. He's made a misjudgment there. Obviously he's just trying to tolly up to that. But they're always horrible, those shots to play when you're so close to the object ball.
Just makes it that look a bit more difficult, doesn't it?
Yeah, just jittery, like trying to let the cue go and not jab it too much. It's what I think they call it, the phrase being like soft hands. You know, don't grab the cue too tight, don't get... but a lot, I tell you, Wayne, easier said than done when you're that close to a ball.
Yeah, too right. Back to Chewbacca is saying a big shout out to the Donkey team. Not say what he said about Callum Portman. But,
do you know him?
I know. I think I know Callum. I know so many people, Reggie. You know, through what I do, it's embarrassing sometimes because I don't remember everybody's name. You know what I mean? Because I don't see everybody that regular. You know.
No,
and I know the faces, or I'll know the name, but I can't put the name to the face. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. It's just. So if that ever happens, if I just say you're right, mate, you know that I've forgot. You know what I mean. So don't hold it against me. I do say all right, mate, even when I know your name, but that's usually what I do. It is difficult, like I said, because you see people maybe once a year or something, and unless something sticks out, you know, it's sometimes.
No, I agree. You see that many faces
Yeah,
in these tournaments.
hard.
I lost count of the amount of times I got stopped here.
People saying, all right, Reggie, all right, Reggie.
Yeah,
and you're thinking, where do I know you from? You know?
Yeah, some of them, to be fair, some of the gentlemen, lads will say, you know, I've not met you before, but I've seen you on doing your lives and this, that, and pool matches and whatever it might be. So, you know.
Yeah, and it's nice, Reggie, because, you know, these people, they do... you know, they do follow you, same as we you know, with your team, the Daredevils. That people do follow you and follow you through the tournaments and see how you get on and see, you know, and you're not going to know everybody, and yeah, I suppose, you know, it's the same as everything. It's hard to, like I say, remember everybody. I get it with people that follow the stream. You know, people have friend me on Facebook. I've got so many people that are not family or close friends on my Facebook page because the pool associates, you know what I mean? And I don't know them all, you know, but, you know, they're nice people. Majority of them are nice people, so why wouldn't you, you know, friend them, you know what I mean? But and they'll come up to you as if, you know, because they might have sent you a message a few weeks ago and you don't look at the picture or whatever, and you reply to them, and then they'll come up to you at a tournament. You're right, mate. And it's like, or that the first day, you know, Thursday, I had 2 or 3 that come up. You're right, Wayne. As they're walking past, and you look and you think, where do I know him from? You know what I mean? Obviously, it's Bill, like, you know. It's frustrating. It'd be nice to know everybody's face and name, and you know what I mean.
I don't do badly on the memory fronts, but even I can't remember everybody.
Yeah, no, you do very well on the memory front, mate.
Oh dear, it's. I don't know. To be honest, I'm going to let you into a little secret. You know, sometimes people have to train the mind to
Yeah.
remember things. But
You've not got
with
a trick
me,
up your
I've
sleeve,
never,
have you?
No, it's just for some strange reason. I'm just a bit able to recall things
Yeah.
at will. I don't know. I don't know. They call it a God-given gift, if you like. And I'm not.
I think
that's
it's-
not bragging. That's just my.
I think it's what's called
assessment.
it's what's called as too much time on your hands, Reggie.
Oh, is that what it's called?
It's
right?
too much time on your hands,
Okay,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't.
Yeah. You know, like, you know, well, they said it with pool players and snooker players, you know, that got good. You know, you've obviously had a misspent youth, too much time in your hands, been in the club or pub practicing.
always worked
You've
throughout
obviously
my
been
life.
watching videos of, you know, snooker and pool or tennis.
No, not really. I just watched the events at the time. Then I am able to remember what happened.
Maybe you've not got a missus that's pecking it in your ear, right, while you're trying to watch something like I have, you know what I mean? And
Right, no, I don't get that. People get
well, there you go
red-carded.
then. So you can
They get told to come out of the room.
You can concentrate on what you're
correct,
watching.
yeah.
I can't. It's not like that. That's what it is.
Oh,
So I
dear.
need to get rid of the missus then.
Mrs. Pinder, tut. Let a man have his moment and watch the Q Sports. But
She's good, really. She'll ask for the remote and she'll put football on, so I can't complain. You know what I mean?
Oh, well.
Can't complain, Reggie.
Now you've said that, all is forgiven, Mrs. Pinder. All is forgiven.
It's usually Man City, but I can't. No, you know.
Oh, no, all isn't forgiven. Right, that's it. Get rid of her.
I knew that'd
Get
change your
rid of
mind.
her. Get rid of her. No, actually, I would have been more offended. Man City, I can live with.
Yeah.
If you'd have said them guys in red tops somewhere near the
I know you
M62, M62, then I would have been saying definitely get rid of her. But no, Man City are what they are. They're a good side, and
So Paul Smith has just put Riley's Colombians on the hill.
we're right.
It is a race to six. If it goes 5-all,
We'll
so
see a shootout.
if Crown Jewels win this, we will certainly see a shootout. Yep.
Yeah, we haven't seen one yet. You don't see them on day one. It's just draws, 1 point.
Yep.
But as we move into day two, you will see shootouts today. How many I couldn't say.
Yep.
But that much is pretty odds on. You're going to see a few shootouts today.
Playing the yellow at a bit of an angle here. That is okay. Playing Littlewood. I actually spoke to him last night as well, and he had a few, and he does seem a nice lad
Does he?
actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
right,
And this is the prime example, because we had a bit of a laugh and a joke yesterday and what have you.
Oh, a little bit of a
what he was
joke.
what he was doing was a bit naughty or a bit possibly down to the drink, I don't know, but yeah, I spoke to him later on last night, and first impressions you get off people. He did seem a nice bloke, you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So
I'll take your word for that. That's
Yeah.
fine.
that's what I'm saying. I'll have to get another cable for this. That's what I'm saying about, when people say something on chat or something like that, it just escalates to something else. So yeah, it was a bit of fun, but nobody was
funny. It
nobody
was
was
funny, wasn't it?
really disrespected. But yeah, it was funny at the time, and I think it was warranted. But he redeemed himself a bit later on.
You sure
He was struggling
Are you sure you want to leave that telly on today?
He was struggling to get the scores up on his mobile phone, and when we sorted it out for him, he was really thankful, and
Still okay. Still, he's running. He's still on for the one to the centre, and still very much a chance here to run the rack. And
he must be able to get through to the
I think so.
just to the right. I'm looking at pressing a button there, Reggie, and I'm looking at the wrong thing, because that's where the overhead is. And there's a massive gap there, so he's got a chance here. His most awkward one now is one nearest his hand.
There's a great camera angle there. We couldn't see for sure whether he was able to get through to that. But the overhead gave us the vision that we could see he got through, and that's made this finish very makeable now. He's got
that's just enough as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yep. Great camera angle, that really is. So hard to see from the other angle whether a player can actually get to a potting angle, but the overhead helps immensely to give you that, enhance the viewing, if you like, to be able to see if a ball pots or if it doesn't pot, can he get enough of it, etc., etc.
Ideally, I'd like 4 or 5 people with roaming cameras on wheels running around the table. Maybe I might look at that for next time, Reggie.
Yeah,
Do you fancy?
Well, we could do. I mean, anything's possible. It's possible. I'm sure we can. I'm sure.
You'll be looking to be playing next time round, I think.
I hope so. We'll see what happens.
He's loads side on that.
Unlucky.
He's tried to whip it out, hasn't he?
Unlucky. Excellent effort. Excellent effort. There's still half a chance here that he can actually double this ball, because even if, for argument's sake, he can double this down to the corner where the red is, bottom right, and even if it didn't go in, it'd still be a big advantage with 3 yellows being at this end of the table. So if he can double this across, 3 yellows at this end of the table, and certainly 2 would be trapped. But the one on the rail at the same time will open up one of the pockets, so...
It's unlucky, but it's not too bad, as you say now. Both these bottom pockets are covered.
The only problem with that shot was I perhaps would have wanted to maybe run the white away from the cushion back out, but even in saying that, it would have been easy enough for him to pot another ball and get where he is now, drill the yellow down the rail and fetch the red out, and that would open up the left-hand pocket for the 2 yellows that are effectively, well, one's a bad ball nearest the right, and the one that's just to the left of the black spot wouldn't be a bad ball anymore if you...
He can open his pocket up now.
Exactly. Drill the yellow in and fetch the red out. So.
Yeah. Not got it. It's thick enough. So he's still in a little bit of trouble here. Got a bit of work to do.
The aerial view is epic. Wayne Littlewood likes the aerial view of the overhead camera, Wayne.
I like it.
Yeah, well, I say to me, it's fantastic for to capture those angles where you can't see from the sort of head-on stream on certain shots.
It's not always possible at certain venues to be able to get a camera up there as well. You know, sometimes we need 2 lights to get the camera in between them, or whatever. It's not always possible. Sometimes there's not enough room above the table to get wide enough. But it is nice. It is nice to be able to fall back on something like that, because it does give you like the bird's eye view of all the table, and situations where you can't get a side on camera. You can't get them everywhere, so it does more or less cover everything, really.
Yeah. Just lift the chat up on the YouTube. Let's see if I don't want to try. I want to try and maybe Blackpool radiology. Blackpool is been this venue is a fantastic venue for Paul. David Tuxer is a belief. It could be. I'm not sure.
Stephen Batty is asking, do we have a list of stream games? No, we don't, and the reason being, the only ones I do know is obviously what's going to be on in the singles, and maybe mixed doubles later.
Well, Tommy Donlan will be playing, won't he, semi-final?
Yeah, but as far as the team game goes, I have picked out, I can't quite remember which one it was I picked out now, but I am going to go and check in a few minutes. I keep saying it, but I will do. Who's going to be on at 1:30. After that, it all depends who goes through, so we don't know. It's a knockout stages, so we don't know who's going to be on. There's a simple answer to that. We have got Tommy Donlan and his opponent, which again, it's rude of me, I don't know, I should have had it written down. I'll get that as well while I'm up there. He will be on in the semi-final, and then he's playing Ian Alley, or not him, sorry. The winner of that will be playing Ian Alley in the final a little bit later on tonight as well. I think that's going to be round about, Rob was talking, 5 PM this afternoon. Because they're starting the mixed doubles tonight, so it gets that out of the way, done with, and then they're not waiting for players to play in one competition while they're still playing in another. So that's going to be around about 5 p.m. And again, I think I'm not too sure who won the mixed doubles last year. I think it was Lee and Natalie.
Yeah, it was.
So they won't be playing in it. It was in last night, but they won't be playing in the mixed doubles this time because Lee's professional. And the rules are you've got to be in a team now. I can't understand for the life of me why Natalie didn't enter a team. There's 2 or 3 teams in from Blackpool, just so she could enter the singles and defend the title. Well, she could have even entered mixed double. Obviously not with Lee, but she could have still entered it. Maybe she doesn't want to. I don't know, but she's not in. So we're going to have a new ladies champion this year. That's for sure.
They didn't have much angle to work with there to get the work on the white ball to stun out. Good cue power there. Maybe a tad unfortunate. This could have finished a lot nicer. But up the rail it is. Is it there? It's there, you know.
We had dry breakers for ages. Every time.
Just cut this short quickly, just to remind you, I forgot all about that. Before you all disappear, we will have a black ball shootout now. It's 5-all. Did say it before, but I forgot to remind you. There needs to be a result. So very, very shortly, we'll just wait for a referee to come. I think he's here now anyway. Brian Moss. He will officiate this. So just bear with us a few minutes. So those are a few. Oh, the ones that disappeared pretty quickly. I'm going to miss a treat here because always usually a little bit of excitement when we get to a black ball shootout. So yeah, forgot all about this, Reggie. Black ball shootout, 5-all.
Yeah, you wanted excitement, people. Here it is. Here it is. This is, if you like, this is the equivalent to being at Wembley, and all eyes are on you and your Stuart Pearce, and you sky that. And
I wonder how many we're going to get that try and drill it in.
That's a good question. Right, you mean as opposed to just trying to stroke it in?
Half ball, stroke it in. Yeah. White's going nowhere near the opposite pocket.
Can I ask you something, Wayne? How do you play this shot? If this is how would you play it?
Right, you see
the
white
stroker or are you a puncher?
No, I'm a stroker. You've got to be a stroker, Reggie.
On this shot,
you get better results by stroking.
I'm a stroker, yeah.
Yeah, you see White left hand side. There's a mark just to the left of that, about halfway. Yeah. That's where normally I'll have my white ball, so I can get my hand on the table. Play the black into the bottom right as we're looking, and it's just plain ball. That's all you need to do. Plain ball, enough pace for it to go. Give it a chance. If you hit it hard, you're not giving it a chance. If it catches any one of them jaws, it's going to bobble out. You know, so first and foremost, you've got to hit it at the right pace.
Yeah, but
Give it a chance.
what about if it bobbles off one jaw, hits another bobble, and then goes across
Well,
and drops
you're
into
just
the
a
middle
lucky
leg?
man, you know what I mean? You're very lucky. It's happened, I think, twice in the Bapto or in the
Well, it was in the
no-break
shootout.
history. In the no-break history.
Tomo did it, didn't he, before me?
What, no, I tell you, it's not happened
What
twice.
about for...
Yeah, it's happened 3 or 4 times, but not that often, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jack Whelan did it, obviously, and then the Desi Daredevils and
He did it,
1 Mile Radius did it.
He shootout at the Golden 8 Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
I think mine's got to be the most famous one, though, because it's the one that actually won us the title.
Won the title, yeah.
I saw it coming and I thought, if that misses the black as they're crossing each other's paths, I says, that's in. I knew I could see the line, I thought, that's coming in. I'm like, and I've just rolled my cue on the table because that'll do.
Well, what I'll do
Drama.
is if we get one that's going to the right hand corner pocket, we'll get that one on. We can see that one.
Oh, we're doing an aerial view for the shootout.
And, well, if they go to the left hand, because I haven't got a camera over there, we'll go to the aerial view. Unless I'll tell you what, get punching in, guys. Do you want this angle? If they come in, well, we're going to leave it at this angle now anyway. Or do you want the aerial all the way through? You tell me. This angle for number 1, aerial number 2. Well, that makes it a bit easier. But this you can see, and he's missed it straight away by a mile.
Shout out to the... just want to give a quick shout out before the next penalty. He's missed that by
Mr. Brian
a proverbial. A big high shout out to the Bripod Moss from the Northumberland Blackpool lads.
The referee. Brian's the referee that we've got at the table now.
Here we go. So that's who took the first penalty, Wayne? Was it Crown Jewels?
I don't know. He should have told us. In fact,
It was Crown Jewels.
was it Crown Jewels?
Yeah. Pretty sure this lad plays for the Colombians.
So it's 1-0 down. That's the way you do it, Reggie. That's all you need to do.
Stroker.
That's the perfect penalty.
There you go. I like stroking them in, but so I couldn't agree more with Wayne. I don't believe in trying to rifle balls in a shootout. I just think stroke them home. Stroke it home.
Looking a bit thin on top there, Bright.
Nah, it's just a light shining on his head.
He's got nowhere anyway. He's had it all shaved off.
Yeah, it's an occupational hazard, Wayne, that is these days.
Yeah.
What about this for a view? Actually, this aerial view looks mustard, doesn't it? Here we go, look at this.
Perfect.
Hard
Again,
pocket.
another perfect penalty. So is that 2-1?
That is, well, I'm actually thinking now it was the Crown Jewels who just scored a minute ago. So that was the Colombians have gone first, beg your pardon. Colombians have gone first.
Right, okay.
So they missed the opener. So that's 1 apiece, and this is for 2-1 to... what? He's playing this like a sudden death shootout on the spot.
Behave. What's all that about?
What's he doing?
He's obviously not practiced this, Reggie. His teammates are going to be going absolutely bananas. He's got the white. He's playing billiards. He's screwing his face up. What was that he's saying? His team captain. She's looking at him. I think she's going to stab him. She's shouting at him now. What was all
Why
that?
is he's put the white,
Reggie,
okay?
we all play the game different.
Right,
you
listen,
know,
no, but we need to tell the viewers where he positioned the white. That's what happens in a sudden death.
to make it harder.
Yeah, to make it harder. You're not supposed to put it there when it's just the normal penalty shootout. Referee, have a word. Is he a stroker or is he going to thump it?
I've lost count now,
He's
Reggie.
a stroker,
Oh,
but he's not even threatened the jaws.
You've got to get it on target, haven't you?
Absolutely.
I
dear.
remember when the Butchers got knocked out, table over there a couple of years ago, Reggie, in one of the shootouts, and it was
Seb missed by a mile, I think it was, or Jet
one
did.
ball was potted out the 10, I think it was. There's a video on the
It was
Facebook group.
outrageous how many
Over
misses
there it
were.
was, one of the tables over there, the far table. One ball out of the 10 was potted to win. There you go.
Yeah.
It can happen, it can happen.
They're really struggling out there at the moment, they're feeling it. Need to hit it a bit harder, look, it was on its way to the middle line, mine.
Catch Brian, ask him.
Brian? 1-1. 1-1. Yeah. No, it's not sudden death. It's one apiece. They've got one more each left, I think.
They've got one more each left, right? Okay.
I think this is the fifth penalty for each side. It's either the fourth or the fifth. I think it's fourth. Riley's Colombians have gone first. I believe this is the fourth penalty.
No. Both teams struggling. Bit of pressure as well. It always comes into play because you can see the players they're coming off and they're wondering why. How have I missed that? Because I would normally get them. You know what I mean? But pressure as well. All adds up. Brian, and you'll notice as well, for those of you that don't know, the number on the 8 ball is always facing upwards. Always. The big white bit of the spot is at the front, always placed in the same spot, the same direction every time, just so that it's the same for everybody. Always pays to practice the shootout. You never know when it's going to come into play. That's close. Another perfect one.
Another stroker. Stroked it home.
Well, he's pulled his team out of trouble there after his teammates missed before.
This is the last.
Is it sudden death now? Is it? This is sudden death now.
This penalty is because if he
misses it, it's all over. So you see there again what I was saying before about the black always being in the same position, same direction. The 8 ball symbols on top. Big part of the spots at the front. Will he get it? He needs to get it. If it doesn't go, he's out. He's nailed it. So now it is sudden death. They'll have one go each.
He's licked pressure there to keep his team in it.
Yeah.
He's licked pressure. He has fair play to him. He's licked pressure, but here it is. This is to win it.
He missed his first one.
10th penalty.
Is this the 10th one?
This is the final penalty.
I thought the last one was the last one.
No. It was technically sudden death because it was the Colombians' last penalty and they needed to level the scores. It's now 2-2. This is the final penalty. This is for the win.
Right, okay. I'll believe you, Reggie.
And they've won it. That's it. I'm pretty sure that's it. 10th penalty, done.
Yeah, Brian's got his sheet.
There you go. That's the one.
I'll have to get a pen and paper ready for the next one, Reg.
Gill factor on it, you see. Keeping ahead of the game.
That's why they pay you the big money, Reggie.
They pay me the big money.
That's why they pay you not so big money. That's why they pay you not so big. No. Right, so thank you very much for tuning in. The next round matches will be starting very shortly because the other team's finished. So just give us a few minutes to set the scoreboards up and the teams to put the players' names in. And we'll be back. You'll get a notification anyway, Facebook or YouTube, in about 2 or 3 minutes or so. Thank you.
That's why they pay me the money, baby. That's why they pay me the money. But anyway, Wayne Dry, I'm going to go for a quick cup of tea. Try and get a hot one this time. Hopefully the urn's warmed up. So see you shortly.